After the great battle in Lanka, when the 10-headed King Ravana had finally been defeated, Lord Rama, the Prince of Ayodhya, returned to his kingdom with his beloved Sita and his loyal brother Lakshmana. The city welcomed him with joy, flowers, and songs. The exile had ended, justice had triumphed, and the righteous king had reclaimed his throne. Rama ruled with wisdom, compassion, and an unshakable commitment to dharma, the sacred path of duty. Yet destiny still held one final test for him and for Lakshmana, the brother who had walked with him through every hardship of the exile, the battles and the sorrows. One day, a mysterious sage arrived at the gates of Rama's palace. His form was human, yet his presence carried an aura of otherworldly power. In truth, he was none other than Yamraj, the god of death, who had come in disguise. He requested a private audience with Rama, insisting that their conversation must remain undisturbed by anyone. Rama, always faithful to his word and respectful to the requests of sages, agreed. He vowed with solemn authority, "Whoever interrupts this meeting, even by accident, shall face the penalty of death." Such was the gravity of a king's promise, for the word of Rama was unbreakable. Rama entrusted the task of guarding the door to Lakshmana, the brother who had stood beside him through every storm. With his bow at his side and loyalty burning in his heart, Lakshmana took his place, determined that no one would dare disturb the meeting. He believed this was just another duty, another small service he could render to the brother he loved more than his own life. Time passed in silence. But fate was preparing its cruel twist. At that very moment, the fiery, tempered sage Durvasa appeared at the gates of Ayodhya. Durvasa was known throughout the three worlds for his uncontrollable rage and the fearsome power of his curses. The gods themselves trembled at his anger. When he demanded something, none dared refuse. He now stood before Lakshmana and ordered to be taken immediately to Lord Rama. Lakshmana bowed respectfully and tried to explain. "Oh, revered sage, my lord is engaged in a private meeting. None may disturb him at this hour." Durvasa's eyes blazed with fury. His voice thundered like storm clouds. "Do you dare deny me? If you do not let me in at once, I will unleash a curse upon this entire city. Every house shall fall, every family shall be destroyed, and Ayodhya will turn into ashes." Lakshmana's heart shook. He was trapped between two impossible choices. If he obeyed Rama's command and refused entry, Ayodhya and its innocent citizens would be doomed by the curse. But if he allowed Durvasa to enter, he would break Rama's sacred vow, and according to that vow, he himself would have to face the death penalty. The young prince's mind raced, but his heart already knew the answer. Lakshmana had never lived for himself. His very existence was an offering to Rama. To save Ayodhya, he would have to sacrifice himself. Without hesitation, he opened the door and stepped inside, interrupting the meeting between Rama and Yamraj. In that instant, the vow was broken. Yamraj rose to his full divine form, for the destined moment had arrived. He bowed to Rama and said, "My task here is done. Remember, O Rama, that every promise carries the weight of destiny." Then he vanished, leaving behind the heavy silence of fate. Rama looked upon Lakshmana, and his heart sank into sorrow. Never before had he faced such torment. The bond between Rama and Lakshmana was not that of ordinary brothers. It was the bond of souls united in devotion and love. Lakshmana had followed Rama into exile without question, had endured hunger, storms, and countless dangers, and had fought by his side in Lanka with unmatched courage. To punish such a brother was unbearable. Yet the vow of a king, once spoken, was sacred. Dharma demanded that it must be fulfilled. Torn between love and duty, Rama turned to his guru, the wise sage Vashishta, for counsel. With compassion in his eyes, Vashishta spoke, "O Rama, your word cannot be broken, for you are the embodiment of truth and dharma. But the punishment of death may be interpreted as exile, for exile from one's home and loved ones is equal to death for the heart. Let Lakshmana be exiled, and thus your vow shall be honored." Rama's eyes filled with tears, for even this solution was unbearable. To separate from Lakshmana was like cutting away a part of his own soul. He looked at his brother with anguish and whispered, "How can I condemn you, who are my very life?" But Lakshmana, calm and resolute, bowed his head. His voice was steady, though filled with love. "My lord, my brother, there is no greater honor than to serve you. I have lived only for you, and I cannot imagine life apart from you. If exile is my fate, then let me embrace an exile beyond this mortal world." With those words, Lakshmana walked to the banks of the sacred river Sarayu. He removed his ornaments and royal garments, standing with serenity and devotion. He folded his hands in prayer, his mind fixed only on Rama, and slowly entered the flowing waters. The river embraced him, and in that moment, Lakshmana surrendered his mortal life, ascending to the eternal realms where his soul would remain united with Rama forever. When news spread through Ayodhya, grief fell upon the people like a shadow. The city mourned the loss of their beloved prince, who had sacrificed himself to save them. Rama himself was broken with sorrow, yet he held his head high, for a king must endure even the deepest pain for the sake of dharma. This tragic episode became a timeless lesson. It showed the power of a promise, the unyielding demands of righteousness, and the depth of selfless love. Rama's pain revealed the cost of dharma, while Lakshmana's sacrifice revealed the highest form of devotion, a love so pure that it embraces death rather than separation. Through this story, generations have remembered that the path of dharma is not easy. It demands courage, sacrifice, and the strength to place truth above personal desire. Lakshmana's choice reminds us that true love is not in clinging to life, but in surrendering everything for the greater good. And Rama's sorrow reminds us that even the greatest souls are tested by destiny, and their strength lies not in escaping pain, but in enduring it with grace. Thus, in the annals of the Ramayana, the farewell of Lakshmana stands as one of the most poignant and profound moments. A tale of brotherhood, sacrifice, and dharma, it whispers across the ages that love is eternal, duty is sacred, and the choices made in the crucible of destiny shape the very soul of humanity.